There are things which have happened on the local Kenyan political scene in recent times that have really puzzled most Kenyans. They don't seem to make sense. The president drops in for lunch at the deputy president's residence, official residence, in Karen. But he doesn't go alone. He goes along with His Excellency Raila And Uhuru, his political twin brother, at least in recent months. But it would seem that the deputy president doesn't like odd numbers, so he invites along Kipchumba Murkomen, the senator. I received a flood of emails asking me, Chris, hey, what's happening here, bwana? Now, the other strange incident is that today, Monday, 5th November, Migori Governor Okoth Obado hosts the deputy president in Migori. Indeed, the Migori governor has been very busy preparing to welcome DP Ruto to Migori. Now, the main reason why this second incident is extremely strange, is political. A politician the world over worries about votes, and ordinarily a politician will not do anything that will reduce their votes even by a handful. And so the decision by the deputy president to have a fully fledged rally in Migori, hosted by the Migori governor, is what some political observers would call political suicide. So let's break down these two recent events and see if we can make any sense from them. And let's start with the controversial lunch of 4 in Karen. Now, all 4 individuals had attended the funeral service of the late Jane Kiano, a very prominent Kenyan woman. I mean, she has been in the past chair lady of the Maendeleo ya Wanawake for decades. The requiem mass for her funeral happened at St. Francis ACK Church, which is in Karen, not very far from the official residence of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Now, we need to understand something. These 4 individuals who are at this lunch can have a secret meeting at any time, and the public would never know about it. So why have such a public meeting? Granted, their aides and even their bodyguards were kept away from the room. So apart from these 4 individuals, nobody else knows what was discussed in the room. But why make such a meeting so public? I mean, it was so easy for the 4 to disappear somewhere and have a meeting and discuss whatever they needed to discuss and iron out. So the first question we must ask is, why was it made public? Because this will give us an indicator, a direction, that will help us to solve this mystery. Now, I've seen some political analysts try to insinuate that this was a kind of peace gathering. The 4 were meeting to make some kind of peace. Because it is no secret that politically, the president and His Excellency Raila Odinga are on one side of the new political divide in Kenya. DP Ruto and the Elgeyo Marakwet Senator Kipchumba Murkomen are on the other side of the political divide. To make matters even worse, the president made a pronouncement recently that has sent shockwaves right across the country. And this is what the president said. The president said that his choice of successor for 2022 would surprise most Kenyans, would shock most Kenyans. Now, English is a difficult language. Kizungu ilikuja na meli. And so, for many Kenyans, even those who have gone to school, up to a very advanced level, they would find it a bit hard, to interpret exactly what the president meant. So let's break it down. And let us start with a simple question. Let's reverse things a bit. What choice by the president of a successor would not surprise Kenyans? Well, that is a simple one. If the president chose DP William Ruto, his deputy, to succeed him, that would not surprise any Kenyan. And so, in other words, what the president was saying is that his choice to succeed him in 2022 is not DP William Ruto. Now you understand why that statement by the president has really sent shockwaves right across the political scene and has been the subject of intense and, in some areas of Kenya, very emotional discussion. Now, you know which part of Kenya that has had emotional discussions over this presidential pronouncement? It is, of course, the Rift Valley. Now, just allow me a quick aside here. In my view, I believe that statement by the president was simply a reaction to the kind of reception he got when he visited the Rift Valley recently. Indeed, when he was in a county called Bomet, where a handful of legislators walked out on him, walked out on the president. Now, at that meeting, the president said very clearly that he had not changed his mind about the deal he made with the deputy president over the succession issue, 2022. Unfortunately, the reaction he got from the Rift Valley after making that announcement was not the right reaction. And to make matters even worse, these legislators had walked out on him. And so this latest pronouncement by the president is a political masterstroke, and it is addressed towards the Rift Valley. He was telling the Rift Valley very strongly and very emphatically that, hey, I'm the president, I can change my mind. And I'm very sure that message hit home very hard. You know, I marvel at who the president's main political advisor is these days, because whoever it is, they don't miss a trick. They are political tacticians par excellence. You know, the most difficult, impossible task in this world is to deal with human beings. And dealing with human beings is what politicians do. And there's no way you can deal effectively with human beings unless you're very crafty, always a step ahead. And this is exactly why I really admire the president's political strategist, at least these days. Now I'm going to say something that might rub some of you the wrong way, but I'll say it still. In my view, I have reason to strongly suspect that the president's chief political strategist, who is making him look so good, who is giving him so much success, is none other than a man called Raila Amolo Odinga. Now, former President Daniel Arap Moi called himself a professor of politics. Raila Odinga has never called himself a professor of politics. But let me just call him today Professor of Politics, because that's precisely what he is. It doesn't matter what your feelings for him are. It doesn't matter what you think about him. These are the bare facts. Take them or leave them. Anyway, let me not wander off too much. Let's go back to our main issue here. The meeting, the very strange lunch meeting. In my view, despite the fact that the meeting was top secret, aides and bodyguards were thrown out of the room, despite all that, my strong suspicion and belief is that this meeting was nothing more than a PR stunt. And what was the motive of this PR stunt? I'm not sure, but I suspect it was to cool political temperatures in the country. From the body language of the four, the one I found most interesting was that of Kipchumba Murkomen. Imagine a situation where you're called into a meeting. Yeah. And then when you arrive at the meeting, you find that actually you wasted your time. The meeting was pointless. It just wasted your valuable time. Now, the kind of body language you'd have when you came out is precisely what I saw on Senator Kipchumba Murkomen. Now, what do I mean by cool off political temperatures? Okay, let me give you another illustration. You're in school, yeah, and you have this enemy of yours, and things have come to a head, yeah. Therefore, you have decided you'll sort it out physically. Yeah, men do that quite frequently. Indeed, some of the best friends, yeah, men, yeah, become friends after a proper fight, after a proper physical fight, wanapimana nguvu, yeah. Then after that, they have respect for each other, and they become very good, firm, close friends. That's what happens amongst boys. Yeah, I've said that for the sake of the ladies. So you have this beef to sort out with somebody, yeah. So you decide you're going to sort it out physically. So you start a fight. And then there's a knock on the door. Yeah, there's the teacher on duty who is coming in. So you quickly straighten your shirt, yeah, and you pretend all is well. And the crowd that was cheering, which caused the commotion which brought the teacher, all pretend nothing is happening. Yeah, because you all know that if you're caught fighting, that's against the school rules. There'll be a big problem. You will get punished, and yet you want to sort this thing out. So the teacher walks in. He knows for sure something is going on here, yeah, because for starters, your smile is so fake, yeah, the Chinese look like jokers. Yeah, so he knows that, but there's nothing he can do about it. Yeah, he has got no evidence to nail both of you, because if there was a fight, yeah, he didn't see it, and nobody's singing. Nobody's going to tell him a story. Yeah, exactly what's happening. So the teacher reluctantly goes away and warns you guys to shut up. Yeah, keep the commotion down, whatever you're doing. And so as soon as the teacher walks out, the fight continues. I believe the lunch at the DP William Ruto's residence was to do precisely that. Yeah, to tell Kenyans things are okay. Yeah, we're working together. Things are good. Things have never been better. Kenyans are very suspicious that this is not true. Yeah, and they have good reason to be suspicious. But there's absolutely nothing they can do about it, other than to accept what they've been fed. Just like that teacher walked into a fight, and they've been fed something and they have no option but to walk away. I also have a very nagging feeling. Yeah, I have no evidence to prove it. Yeah, I haven't even heard of a rumor. Yeah, but I just have a nagging gut feeling that this is being done, especially because there's something big about to happen that would heighten tensions even more. Something political. And therefore, the whole idea here is to cool down, tuliza ball kidogo, cool down temperatures, so that whatever is going to take place next will not go overboard. As far as political tensions in the country are concerned, that's just my 2 cents. And I could be wrong. I'm not always right. Even though somebody was reminding me here, I'm right most of the times. Yeah, but still, I will say I'm not right 100% of the time. Yeah, so that's just what I think about this. That's how I analyze this. And I'll be very happy to hear what your views are. Yeah, you don't have to agree with me. Yes, in the comments area. I very much welcome views and opinions that are different from mine. I don't mind being contradicted. This is not a classroom where the teacher must be right. Yeah, this is a discussion forum for grown-ups, mature grown-ups. Yeah, to exchange views and agree to disagree while still remaining friends. Yeah, I just thought I needed to remind you about that. Now I already see this video is very long. Yeah, so let's discuss the Obado visit by DP William Ruto in the next video. Until then, this is Chris Kumekucha. cartels in Kenya, are so powerful. It is impossible for the government of Kenya to bring them down. And that is why the latest moves by the DEA in the United States is causing quite a lot of jitters back home here in Kenya. They were not, under any circumstances, going to lose their grip, their grip on power. But there's something else the cartels had started doing way back in 2007. They started fielding candidates in very prominent, powerful political positions so that their influence would remain guaranteed. And we're going to name those individuals shortly.